Do you guys know about Plum Island? Have we ever talked about this?
No.
Not sure.
I like the sound of it.
We have plums there.
Plum Island is this island. Yeah, that one. Plum Island is this island that's completely forbidden in like near to Montauk in New York. And allegedly, this is where, so it is a government testing facility for livestock. Like they do livestock.
Quarantine?
Not quarantine, but they'll do like the testing of drugs and chemicals for livestock, apparently.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe it was used for something else, but this will say, I actually went there because I developed a thing around this. But Plum Island, yeah, there it is. Plum Island Animal Disease Control Center.
Okay.
And I interviewed a bunch of guys and a whole bunch of things. There's a lot of, I saw RFK talking about this not long ago. There's a lot more evidence stacking up that this is where Lyme's disease was created.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the idea is that at this Plum Island Animal Disease Control Center, they were working on biological warfare things because this was operational during World War II.
Uh-huh.
And a tick or some kind of biological warfare type small parasite escaped, and the deer, the tick, whatever, swam across. And you can actually see, Kyle, look like where Lyme's disease, look where Lyme, Connecticut is, because that's where Lyme's disease comes from. And if you look where it is from Plum Island,
I love how they're proud of it. It's called they're
Well, it's also, just to be clear, it's called Lyme disease.
Oh, sorry, Lyme disease. I thought it was Lyme's. So there's Plum Island, and where's Lyme, Connecticut? It's right there.
yeah.
See it?
Uh-huh.
So that's where Lyme disease came out of. And so the theory is, and it seems like it's less and less of a conspiracy, really, is that they created Lyme disease on Plum Island, and then I forget if they said a deer swam across or if a tick came across on somebody and then bit a deer.
Sure.
But basically right there in Lyme. Oh, and that's where the ferry goes to, by the way. So there's one ferry that goes to and from Lyme, Connecticut to Plum Island for the people that work at Plum Island. And all of a sudden, Lyme disease came from the epicenter of Lyme, Connecticut.
And by the way, people have to work at the facility.
Yes,
Right.
a whole
So they
lot.
probably live close by.
And
there.
very secretive, and they commute, and nobody else is allowed there. When we went there, you can't even take the boat within a certain parameter.
And
It's a whole thing.
ticks are very sneaky too, by the way. They get into like the folds of your, like if you have a wrinkle, like, I mean, they come out
everything.
into your little shoe place there.
But I think the idea was, I'm trying to remember, 'cause it's been a little while since we did this thing, but the idea was they created this Lyme disease. They created this disease.
Yeah.
And then the disease basically escaped with one of the workers, got on the ferry, went to Lyme, Connecticut, where the boat would come to and from, and then, hopped off the guy, whether it was a flea or a tick or whatever, hopped onto a deer, and then started to spread.
I'm
and
curious,
that's the epicenter of it.
why would they want Lyme? Like, why would they want to use Lyme disease as a biological warfare agent?
I don't think they did. I think it was a
in
failed
progress.
experiment, basically.
Yeah, something they tried. And
Yeah, they're like, if we can make this much, much worse, it'll fatigue entire armies or whatever.
why do
and then it
humans
never
gotta
got
be
that
so
bad.
so
I don't know.
terrible?
I'm not, this isn't really my world.
No, it's a
but
theory. It's a theory, a hypothesis. But Wuhan, the lab theory that was completely discredited back when COVID started, is now basically the mainstream theory of what really happened.
I'm so confused about that. Is that considered what happened now?
I'm pretty sure
Yeah, I
that's
don't
like
even
what
know.
is now the official answer to where COVID started.
Out of the
lab
in
leak.
Wuhan?
Yeah.
Good times, wild times.
But real quick, I was just gonna say that's fascinating. I did not know about Plum Island, but it said that it's been a place of much speculation,
Yeah.
including that they are working on human-animal hybrids.
Mm-hmm. We got some of this information when we were there. Apparently, it goes way underground. Like there's 10 stories underground.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
We talked to a guy who worked there, and he said, "Yeah, I worked on like level 7. I've never seen what's on level 6 or level 8."
Compartmentalization, man.
Yeah.
That's like
Dude, so I've been in some underground government facilities for stuff that's not secret.
Yeah.
But just been inside them.
Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy.
Some of the nuclear missile underground sites.
Uh-huh.
They're fucking insane, dude.
Like how so? What do you mean?
Just how elaborate and how deep under the ground they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just they're massive.